In this course, I'm going to give you a brief and possibly overwhelming overview of how I take a human and help them to hack into their own lives, connect the dots, and change forever. First, I'm going to wake you up to your dreams right now. Then I'm going to introduce you to your current advisory board, your head. After that, I'm going to show you what's in the way of your dreams and give you the secret sauce to happiness, self-love, and confidence. Then, once we get honest about possible dishonesty, we're headed for your traits, cleaning up your own personal pollution, and learning how to get unstuck. And lastly, you're not only going to write your own Pledge of Allegiance to yourself, you're going to learn how to design your day before it unfolds. Because yes, you, my commune community, have that much of a say over it and always have. Sound fun? Still there? I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of work. It's deep, it's truth reliant, and if you actually put yourself on top of what matters most list and follow the steps I lay out for you here, the results are life altering. Not just your personal life, not just your work life, your whole life. But don't worry, it's nothing tens of thousands of humans haven't done before you. So, and I mean this, I'll do my part, but you in turn are going to have to step up and do yours. Could you possibly audit the entire 10-day course, not lift a finger, just sit, smirk, and listen and still get crazy value? Yes, you will. Will you more than likely 10 years from now search me out to tell me how one of my infamous one-liners changed your life forever? Yes. Will you be the first, 50th, or final human to tell me that? No. You'll either sign up for this course, add it to your already impressive list of shoulds, cross your fingers, hope you'll do it, and may or may not. Or B, you'll do the course half-assed. And if you're a good human, you'll feel a little guilty about how you could have or should have actually done it. Or C, you'll sign up for the course, not do it at all, blame me, blame yourself, or best case scenario for the both of us, blame Mercury's retrograde. Please don't wait and see or get a C. Please make a real choice, and please be tickled by whatever choice you make. But either way, either opt to go all in or opt to just audit it or opt to run, Forrest, run. Don't be the human who opted for the epidural too late and couldn't get it. Suffering, feeling guilty, or sucking at this is optional, I swear. Still there? Consider me your GPS lady for this 10-day ride. Am I crazy helpful? Sure. Slightly overbearing? Uh-huh. But hugely necessary? Yes. Your destination? A new state of being. Okay, here we go, your first assignment. It's called the Current Reality Quiz. Yes, a quiz. Keep breathing. It's multiple choice and it's about you. You can't fail. The quiz is going to give you an idea of the gap between what you want, your dreams, and what you have, your current reality. Consider the quiz a reality check, not a buzzkill. If they're one and the same, see if you can tell the voices in your head coming to a video near you to pipe down and not worry just yet. When we get to the video on personal integrity, you'll have the chance to make a busload of keepable promises, fight the fight, and get on a better team than the worriers. You'll get to finally play on your dreams team, the warriors. So that about wraps it up for day one. Once you finish the quiz, consider sharing your results with the commune community. We've created a private room dedicated to conversations about this course. How'd you do? What questions do you have for me? And yes, you can ask me anything. I don't bite. Bark, sure, but bite, no. All right, see you tomorrow, where I'll teach you how to get dreaming in more areas of your life, 12 to be exact, than you probably ever cared to care about. Welcome to day 2. The first assignment I give each of my clients, and now you, is to dream. But hang on, there's a catch. Not only do I have them write down their deepest desires, which most of us are already resistant to, but I have them write their dreams in 12 different areas of life. But given our short-ish time together in this course, I'm only going to have you pick 1 to 3 areas of your life to write dreams in. Most of us don't allow ourselves to dream much at all, but we didn't always dread or suck at dreaming. If I asked you today, and I will, what your career dream or community dream or body dream looks like and feels like, I swear you would be a bit mystified. More than likely, you'd be able to tell me what you don't want instead of what would actually make you proud. And that's because at some point we all stopped dreaming. We got older and decided it was way smarter to want what we can get rather than get what we really want. In other words, we sold out. You know why most of us aren't dreaming huge, world-impacting dreams? Because if we admit to having a big dream, dun, 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 we don't want to do it. We'd rather blame society than take on the accountability. But let me ask you something. If you stay unsure of your dream, do you have to do anything about it? Do you have to talk to your boss about a raise? Do you have to go public with your game plan? Do you have to go for a run? Do you have to put down the cookie? Whatever your cookie may be, whether it's whiskey, Wi-Fi, or weed? Nope. The ability to have and chase a dream is a big deal. Anywhere you have success in your life, whether you got the degree, that position, that promotion, quit sugar, beat cancer, I promise you had a dream. You saw into the future, took the right actions, and made it happen. Whether you sat down, wrote it, or were clear about it or not. Maybe you even thought it was your destiny. But what if destiny was not some fluffy, disposable term, but simply your end game, or the destination you plug into your GPS? Sure, calling your destiny a destination takes some of the glitter out of it, but it also puts the steering wheel back in your hands. Dreaming wakes us up to ourselves. Isn't that romantic? It gets us in the right fight. It allows us to see where we want to go while showing us the traffic that's in our way. Real happiness comes from knowing that you are giving all of yourself and being great in your whole life, not just 1 or 2 areas where most of us prefer to play. So what are the 12 areas? Here goes. Self. This is crazy important, obviously. It covers how you feel about yourself, your personality traits and habits. Are you more anxious and self-deprecating than you want to be? As bold as you need to be? A hoot and a half at a social gathering? Your body and everything attached to it. Your health, your weight, your appearance. Do you feel hot in it, proud of it, or are you stuck with it? Love and all that comes with it. Sex, romance, whether you're dating, married, single, or divorced. You get the idea. Your spirituality, however you define this for yourself. God, religion, nature, the universe, spirit. Whatever that thing that is bigger than you is all about. Your career, whatever you do to pay the bills, Whether you freelance or work for someone or are a student, own your own company, are a stay-at-home parent, or are currently unemployed. Your money. How much you earn, save, invest, spend, and how you feel about it. Are you panicked about it? Is it never enough? Do you use it to measure your own self-worth? Your time, your relationship to it. Do you battle it, work with it, or manage it well? Your home. Is it where your heart is? Do you love coming home to it? Does it represent you well, or is it cluttered and not your happy place? Your family. This includes both your intimate and extended family, your kids, stepkids, parents, in-laws, everyone. Your friends. Do you have a great tribe, people you adore and respect, or are there some stragglers from your past? Do you love who and how you are with them? Fun and adventure. Are you having a blast, playing and learning new things? Or does a whole new season of something on Netflix constitute as an escape you aren't proud of? Your community and contribution. Are you participating out in the world in the way you want to, making as big a contribution as you're here to? So think about it. Are there areas in that list I just gave you that you're feeling great about yourself? Are there areas where you're heartbroken? Unfortunately, those parts of your life where you feel less than find a way to infiltrate every part of your existence. They leak. You don't have to be great at math to see that if you sell out in even one area of your life, the average of your entire level of happiness diminishes. Not if I have anything to do with it. Yes, that's a threat. Nothing your higher self needs to worry about. Your lower self, well, it might want to worry right about now. What lower self? You'll find out soon enough. Yes, I'm not just an executive life coach and GPS lady. I'm a tease. So, before I send you to pick which 1 to 3 areas you're going to work on for this course, helpful hint, pick the one you least want to pick and write your dreams in those areas. I'm going to first give you some basic pointers on how to dream. Tip 1, be specific. Make sure you capture what your vision both looks like and feels like so that you can really see it. Your dream should inspire you and even scare you a little. It should be a stretch, but not a pipe dream. Tip 2, write your dream in the present tense. This makes you accountable for it right now. Tip 3, play in the positive. When you write your dream, you should focus on what you want and not what you don't want. That's called watering the weeds. Cut it out. Tip 4, be honest. Go for it. Come on once and for real. Cop to what you most want. Tip 5, keep breathing. Writing out a huge dream is not to make you feel small. It's a reality check, an honest measure of where you are now in comparison to where you want to be. Don't worry, I've got your back and your head and your heart. I promise. In fact, to help you write your dream, let me read you a sample of a client turned coach first take at her money dream. A weight has lifted. I no longer feel anxious about money or like I'm stuck doing work I don't like. Money no longer feels like a burden or something to worry about. We have enough money to go on vacation, do all the house projects that we've been talking about for years. We even have extra to invest and the savings is growing. Is this a good dream or can you feel yesterday's bank balance in it? Exactly. Okay, here's her second take. I'm a millionaire in my early 40s. Our retirement accounts are flush and growing. Our house is paid off and our net worth is over $2 million. I coach write and speak at conferences and lead workshops and am compensated so well for what I love. Making money is so easy and fun. Our home is a gorgeous sanctuary. We give generously to environmental causes and have a huge impact in the world. See? Much better. It's a stretch, but doable. Specific, but inspiring. Are you inspired? Did you nod? Good thing, because guess what's coming to a video near you? You're back. How did the dream assignment go? Are you proud, inspired, nauseous? Have you shared your dream with 3 people? I hope you enjoyed the riveting terror that comes up when you start to get your big mouth going. Or did you audit this part of the assignment? Don't feel bad. Okay, I've got some good news and some bad news. The only thing in common with everything that isn't working in your life is you. So how is that even remotely good news? If it's the economy's fault, your boss's fault, your metabolism's fault, or anything else's fault but your own, you're stuck when you're stuck and there's nothing you can do about it. But if you're the common denominator in all that isn't working, you can do something about it. I mean, come on, who else is in charge? Who is putting you in every position you're in? Who's the one telling the story of your life? You. You're the key principal. You're the CEO of your life. You said everything and did everything that got you where you are. And most of us don't own that reality. As a matter of fact, we're convinced that nothing is really our fault, especially the bad. After all, we'd never stay in a job too long, get fired, hate on others, or put on an extra 20 pounds, or marry the wrong person, right? Worse than wrong, here's what that premise gets you. So long as you don't think you got yourself in the mess you're in, you lose the power to get yourself out of the mess. You see, when someone is the author of their life, they're accountable for every single component of it. There really are the areas in your life where you were the author, where you had the pen in your hand, when you were unstoppable, said, I got this, and did it. Whether you pointed to that job, that degree, that house, and no matter what other people said, you did whatever it took to make that dream of yours a reality. Think about it. What dream did you make happen? That particular achievement is proof that you're able to make a dream happen when you want to. In fact, it's a blueprint for turning ideas into reality. In this course, you and I are coming after the areas of your life where you don't feel as effective, where you're not happy, proud, inspired, or unstoppable. As a result-driven species, most of us really do think that in order to realize our dreams, we have to get into the right actions, period. And we're either taking the right actions or not. Sure, the right actions help, but actions aren't the sole source of results. I mean, it's not like most of us don't know the right actions we'd have to take if we really wanted to get a high five from our boss. And yet, as smart as we humans are, we're certainly not the quickest to run and speak with our boss about it, are we? So, if our actions don't always match the results we want, what is informing the actions we're taking and not taking? Good question. And cliffhanger. Allow me to introduce you to your current advisory board, your head. Each of us has a little voice in our head that is constantly commenting on everything that is happening in our life. Except most of us are so busy or so checked out that we aren't even aware of how our inner dialogue is making decisions for us. We go through life listening to it without knowing the source of it or the motives behind it. Most of us even think this voice is us. It's not. The voice is critical of you. It squashes your dreams and makes excuses for what isn't working in your life. It stays mad at your best friend, but doesn't tell him why. It drowns your sorrows in a cocktail, or 3. Who are some of these inner board members? They're your chicken, brat, and weather reporter. Trust me, there are a few more. But for the course, let's just start with these squatters. By distinguishing and naming the voices in your head, you can start to hear them for yourself and understand the negative impact they're having on your life and on the realization of your dreams. As I explain and give examples of the different voices, please listen for your version of them. Everyone's got them. No matter who or how big you are, find yours. First up, your inner chicken. Your chicken is the voice of fear. It's scared and worried. It's not loud in the areas of your life where you're succeeding, but in any area where you just might fail, your chicken hatches a plan to keep you safe. Your chicken's job is to make sure there's an exit route. It anticipates potential problems, it doesn't want to ruffle feathers, and is willing to watch a dream slip away. For example, the reason you can't ask for that promotion is because the timing is always wrong. Next up, your inner brat. Your brat is the voice in your head that sounds like an entitled child. It's the adult version of a tantruming 4-year-old. Your brat is stubborn, manipulative, and always running a scam. It's either trying to get what it wants or get you out of doing something. For example, you'll write those 3 dreams right after you refresh your Facebook feed. Again. Another voice in your head is the weather reporter. Your weather reporter reports on your life like you're powerless and have no control. For example, just like it rains in Seattle, you have no time to speak to your boss on Thursday. You know how she is on Thursdays. She's better on Tuesdays. And you hear that bit of advice as the best business strategy ever. In fact, you're a pretty skilled weather forecaster. If you report that you're not a morning person, do you have to do anything like be nice before noon? If you call yourself shy or an introvert, do you have to speak publicly? If you suck at money, do you have to stop shopping and save any? Nope. Can you see how smart and sneaky we are? And between your chicken, brat, and weather reporter, your effectiveness is diluted and the forecast for your future isn't so great. Safe, sure, but bright and hot, not so much. Okay, so now that you've met some of your in-house counsel, what's next? This is where there's a catch-22. You have to operate like your counsel aren't going anywhere. You know why? Because they aren't. Sorry, it's true. However, the more you can hear these voices, the better you'll be able to quiet them. Good thing, because here's another catch. The bigger your dreams get, the more your in-house counsel balk. How do I know? The proof is in the dream assignment you did on day 2, or contemplated doing. Just as it's much easier to hear and dissect other people's issues rather than our own, let's pick on, just kidding, the same client whose money dream I read to you on day 2. Only this time, let's hear part 3 of her dream assignment, where she had to describe what I called her current reality regarding this area of her life. And as you're listening, see if you can start to decipher which squatters are at play and what the weather in her region is. Ready? We are maxing out retirement, so that's good. We save per month into a combination of short-term and emergency savings. We pay $500 extra into our mortgage each month. But after this savings and paying our bills, most months we nearly run out of cash by the end of the month and end up skimping for a week or two, which totally stresses me out. I have student loans for both my undergraduate and graduate degrees. We have a rental property, but I hate dealing with the people because they're always late with rent. Money just feels hard and like it's a slog. I made stupid decisions about money in my 20s, and now I have to pay the price in a job I don't love. I shouldn't have gone to graduate school, but my parents never talked about money, so I didn't learn the right skills. Also, I shouldn't think about money so much. People are living on less than $1 a day across the world. Phew! Just reading that makes me want to gnaw on my cuticles. Doesn't she feel a bit stressed and uptight? No wonder there's no room for freedom, ease, or creativity when it comes to money. So let's identify the inner dialogue that's at play, or more so at rest here. First, let's see how the weather in her region fares when it comes to money. Don't think there's going to be any downpour anytime soon, do you? Hear for yourself. Most months, we still nearly run out of cash by the end of the month and end up skimping for a week or two. Aren't you curious as to what's happening in the beginning of the month? Do you really think this is just the way it is for her, or does her behavior from the 1st to the 15th have something to do with it? Next up, her brat. We have a rental property, but I hate dealing with the people because they're always late with rent. Isn't a rental property a revenue opportunity? Can you see how she doesn't want to see it that way? If she did, she'd have to do something about it, more than complain or worry. She'd have to get accountable. Ew, what humans like that? Not many of us, at least not in some areas of our lives. Finally, see if you can hear some of her theories, aka grossly generalized truths about money, her folks, and herself in this. I shouldn't have gone to graduate school, but my parents never talked about money, so I didn't learn the right skills. Also, I shouldn't think about money so much. People are living on less than $1 a day across the world. Can you hear how she believes she didn't have the skills to manage money because her parents didn't teach her? As if we don't live in the information age. Hey Siri. And if that all wasn't enough to lock in her low balance, then how about her theory that even just thinking about money is somehow holding others back? I mean, the minute we think it's noble to have less, do we have to brave up and do more, want more, and have more? Nope. No wonder she's not where she wants to be when it comes to money. Her mind is in charge of her finances and her current state. And what's the state bird? The chicken. How's the weather in your state currently? You guessed it, it's that time again. Homework time. The assignment I'm about to give you gives you the opportunity to sniff out some of your own BS. Yes, your very own weather, what you believe to be wholly true about yourself. From the fact that you're a notorious flake, to always late, to not a morning person, to not so great at X and Y. This is your opportunity to start hearing your chicken cluck, your brat tantrum, and hear how often you spew facts about yourself that have been sneakily written and evidenced by you. This homework assignment will get you to start seeing the huge pile of permission slips you've penned to get yourself out of doing something you don't want to do, see brat, or too scared to do, see chicken. Go to town with this one. Part 1. Sift through your entire dreaming assignment from day 2 and highlight everywhere you were being a chicken, brat, and weather reporter. Trust me, they're all in there. Mark their favorite words and phrases. Part 2, make a list for each voice, compiling everywhere you were a chicken, brat, and weather reporter. That way, you can see the different voices in action. Part 3, list your current not so great theories, your truisms about yourself and others, the world, etc. In other words, any theories you have in the 1 to 3 areas you pick to work on in this course. Part 4, last one I promise. From the list of negative theories you just wrote, replace each of them with a new theory that aligns with your dream. So for example, in the area of love, replace finding love online is difficult with so long as I believe that I will find love, I will. If I'm here, so are they. Now dare yourself to go prove it. Not to worry if you're having difficulty figuring out your negative theories. In day 8, yes, 8, I'm going to teach you how to do what I call a purge, where you get to unload all your negative thoughts on an area of your life where you're stuck and hear how your theories are at play. Oh, joy, right? Come on, have fun. It's pretty eye-opening. And don't forget to share your findings and questions in the Commune community.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, then I think you'll love this video right here.